What's going on, y'all? Okay, my bad. I'm trying to pull up the stuff and what y'all want me to talk about, but let me just start this while I'm trying to get this stuff. First of all, happy birthday to Janet Jackson. Y'all know that's Boo Boo right there. Her birthday was yesterday. 48, bitch. I just gotta ask a question. I know you married and all. I know you with the billionaire. I know you probably not really all that motivated, but bitch, come on, drop a single or something because we need something. I'm thirsty for it. We're gonna talk about something else that's called Thirsty 2 later. Please let me remember that. But where is the damn I'm sorry, y'all. See this I literally just got to the house and I wanted to get this out while it was fresh on my brain because I was gonna do it yesterday, but bitch, I had to go get my hair done. Okay? Because my scalp was screaming for some attention. And as you see, I literally just came back from the shop. I got that done. This is 2.5 weeks into my locks journey, and so far I am loving the results that I'm getting, and everything's great. Um, Here we go. Like I'm saying, if you're in Chicago, you should definitely, if you're trying to get some locks or whatever, or any type of natural hair, whether it's braids or they do stuff where they put the girl, they just do everything at Lockology on 43rd and State. Y'all see how I gotta promote my shit. But anyway, so mm, getting into the video, I'm just gonna go about what's on my Facebook. Let me just tell y'all this. Okay, somebody asked, first of all, before I really get into this, congratulations to all other graduates that have been graduating within the past couple of weeks or so, or this past month. Well, that's a couple of weeks, bitch. Okay, well, shit happens. Whether you graduated from your kids graduated from kindergarten, grade school, junior high, high school, college, grad school, congratulations to you, and keep up the good work. If you're going to continue it, go ahead and continue it. Don't let nobody discourage you if you're still in school. I know, especially in college when it gets to them that senioritis, chick, bitch, motherfucker. I know how that shit feel when you feel like, God damn, this shit is dragging, and I just want to give up. I just want to let this shit go. I can't wait for it to be over with. But you have to, it's okay to think that, but just think about the benefits in the long run. Think about how much it's going to be worth it. Well, I was going to, no, let me just go about that. Think about how much it's going to be worth it in the long run. And especially because I know it's a lot of people out here who are like the first people in their families to graduate from college, and some of them are even the first to get a high school diploma. So keep on the good path, and don't let nobody try to deter you or anything. It gets hard sometimes, it gets frustrating sometimes, but that's life. Everything that's good, it don't come easy all the time. It really don't. That hard work that you put into it, it's going to be worth it, and you're going to truly appreciate it in the long run. But so congratulations to y'all. um On to the video. One of the questions that someone asked, which is actually a good question. I do live in Chicago, and if you don't know about the stuff that's been going on out here in Chicago, they call us Chirac. They call us Chirac. And this person wants to know, Lena Dixon, thank you for this question. She wants to know, do I embrace it or do I dislike that term? I dislike it because of what it stands for. I don't try to embrace it, but in a way, but the way things are going and the way things, I see, especially with the weather warming up, and how history has been, we are like in a war zone. And it's sad to say that we are in a war zone in my own city. We're damn near equivalent to going overseas because that's how many people are just constantly getting shot, constantly dying, constantly getting killed for no reason. The gang activity is high and everything, especially last year. It was ridiculous. When the weather started getting warm, this year, like around last month, what was last month? April, when it started getting warm, it was one weekend, especially around Easter, I think it was Easter weekend. It reminded me of last summer when 40 some people got shot and somebody did a drive-by and just gunned down a whole bunch of people for no damn reason. It was gang related, but most of them that got hurt and who passed away were had no gang affiliation. They was just innocent bystanders. And then the weekend of Easter, and even on Easter, I think like 5 kids got shot, and a total of like 45 people got shot, and a few of those passed away. So it's not something that I want to embrace, but it's our reality. That's why they call it Chirac. They don't call it for nothing, for fun or whatever. But I'm not here for people who this Chirac out here and they throwing up the signs. Y'all saw I almost threw up a gang sign, but I ain't down with that shit. I know people in my family who is really down with gangs and shit like that, and it's quite disturbing that they are, and they're male and female, and they're younger than me, and I truly don't associate with them because I don't agree with that lifestyle, and I got enough drama going on with one side of my family, and then the other side just want to just go buck fuck wild and be participant. It's like that mentality. It just they can't get out that hood mentality. That's what they know. That's what they love. I don't get it. I can't, and it's fucked up that we live in a war zone. I really do. Really do. And where I stay at, bitch, they're like, you got the GDs, you got Blackstone, you got La Raza, you got Latin Kings, and you got Vice Lords, and you got something else. Bitch, and I'm in the goddamn middle. So every goddamn corner that the bitch look. Okay, so a bitch is trying to get her coins up so she can get the fuck up out of here because you never know what happens. And with the weather getting warm, I'm pretty sure there are going to be more casualties and more people who get hurt this summer. And it's just ridiculous. That's just how Chicago is. Well, that's how Chicago has become. Okay. And it's really pathetic. And it's not anything that I embrace. Like, I'm not here for that term, but it is our reality. I'm not here for people who take pleasure in calling this Chirac, nigga, this Chirac. We do this. We do. No. It's not a good thing. It's a fucking bad thing. But thank you for that question. That was a good question. Um, this 31-year-old, I think she was in Texas. Yes. Did y'all hear about that? Y'all, somebody sent me, a couple of y'all sent me this. And I decided to just go ahead and read it. And I'm sitting here, and my sister had hit me up and was like, bitch, did you hear about this shit? And I said, what? So I'm reading it. There was like the 31-year-old woman who was in high school, pretending to be a 15-year-old woman, 15-year-old sophomore. I said, what? So I was like, I think somebody sent me the link. And I clicked on it. And I'm sitting here reading this shit like, are you serious? Here we are. Back in the day, we couldn't wait to get out of fucking high school. We couldn't wait to get, bitch, who wants to wake up early 5 days a week and have teachers all the way, always down your throat? You gotta take tests this and you do this and you gotta study for this. You gotta read all this shit. Who wants to do that? We was ready to fucking go. If you was not in a good high school, or unless some people just went there for the social life. But I don't know. I mean, I was a good student. I was an AB student, so it was cool with me. But who the fuck wants to do that? I've never heard of that. Unless I know it's some high schools that will let adults go back. I don't know if this still goes on, but I have heard of some high schools that'll let adults go back, or have different programs for adults to get their GED or whatever. But for you to pretend as a 31-year-old woman in Texas to pretend that you're a 15-year-old girl to go back into high school and to fool all these people. So what happened was the woman that she was staying with, she told her this story. She played the woman too and all the people that was around her, which made me want to know because the article that I saw, it really had no reason or justification as to why she did this, how long she was trying to pull off this farce. And, if y'all found out some more details, please put that in the comments because I really do want to know. Because I'm like, girl, really? Come on now. Y'all. Yes, it's doing it. But but now let me stop. Uh Y'all know that's gonna be a thing. Now you know how bitches be when they get new hair and they heavy did. They don't know how to act. And now I truly fucking understand that shit, bitch. I don't know how to act. Child, just wait. Doing it on her. But no, she 31 years old, but she told them that she was 15, or I don't know how old she was when she first, the age that she told them when she first got in contact with this woman who she wound up staying with. The woman took her in because the woman, the 31-year-old woman, told her a story basically saying that her father was abusive, um, and sexually molested her. I think something about that. I think he wound up passing away, and then the mama wound up passing away. So both her parents were dead, and the lady felt sympathy for her and took her in. And then I think the lady actually went with her to enroll, and she was like, "I met the teachers and all that shit. I don't understand why she'd do this, but." And they was showing the work of hers, like she was getting 96s and 100s on her work and shit. I said, so you was actually being an A student, but you really wasn't. No, I'm so confused by this story. Like, why? What was the purpose? And what's so disturbing about it is the fact that when you look at her picture and the way that she was posing as a 15-year-old, she did look young. She looked young as shit. She looked like she could really pass, and that's probably why she got through with it. But then again, I went to school, and and especially nowadays, I see motherfuckers that are 16 years old that look like they 35. And then I see motherfuckers that are 17 who look like they're 10. Okay, so you can never be too sure these days. And some people, I don't know, maybe nowadays they just gonna go do these extensive background checks on these kids after this shit, because she literally lied and said that she was 15, lied and said that she didn't have a transcript because she was previously homeschooled, and she changed her name. And it's like the danger that she put those other kids in, because what if, when you go to high school or any school and you come, a lot of people develop relationships with others, especially when opposite sex or whatever your sexual preference. What if she was dating one of these little kids? Can you imagine? It's just, no, it's just disgusting to think about. I'm sorry for the glare, my curtain and all that shit, so please, you know but just focus right here, not right there, but right here. Okay. But that was just that's trifling as hell. Y'all tell me how y'all feel about that one. um y'all want me to talk about this damn salon shit? Okay, so this is what it is. I did the video about Solange and the attack of Jay-Z and yada yada yada. Of course, a lot of people want to say, "Oh, he was abusing her. Oh, abusing Beyonce." I don't believe that shit. Um, uh, he was cheating or he was flirting. Now, one thing that I probably do believe is the fact that he probably was flirting. And when I said what I said, they did at the time when I put my video up, and this is what I spoke about, saying that Solange had gotten into it with Rachel Roy. Rachel Roy is the ex of Damon Dash. Now, they never said exactly why. Then, I look at some other stuff that's coming out, and they saying that the reason, we're going to put that because this is alleged. The alleged reason that they got into it is because Rachel Roy was overstepping her boundaries, and while they was at the Met Gala, she was flirting too hard with Jay-Z. And I don't know if Jay was being flattered by it and letting it keep going, but that's kind of grimy a little bit, Jade. I mean, I know y'all ain't really all that cool now, but y'all at least civil, but that's your ex dude, or that's your ex friend or somewhat friend or whatever ex. Y'all get down like that? Oh, okay. So I just don't know. Maybe he was just entertaining it. And, somebody, they said in their report that, and this is from E! Online, so I don't know how true this is. So I'm just going to say alleged. This is what the new thing is. Saying that Beyonce did go over there, because when I said it, I did say that she had to, intervene with Solange and Rachel Roy. Come to find out, what they're saying now is that Beyonce had to go over there and tell Rachel Roy, bitch, you're doing a little bit too much. I don't appreciate you being a little bit disrespectful. Rachel Roy, I guess, didn't give a fuck. Either that or Solange heard that shit. And, that's how Solange got involved, and she got involved and got pissed off at Rachel Roy, and they got into it. So that probably explains that, but it still don't explain. But then they said, well, then again, because they said Jay-Z got pissed off at both of them for, you know, confronting her like that or whatever the fuck they did. I don't know, bitch. This is just what they're saying. Do I really care at this moment? No. I just know that they fought. And that's probably why, Beyonce just stood there. Because Beyonce was probably over his ass. Like a lot of people been saying, whatever the reason why she just stood there, one of the main reasons probably is because whatever he had coming to him, he had coming to him. What Solange was going to do, he had coming to him. But y'all know, Solange is a fucking firecracker. Solange ain't never been the one to hold her tongue back. And I'm not surprised that she went the fuck off. I would have been more surprised if I would have seen Beyonce, getting down dirty up in that thing. And I would have been like, God damn, bitch. Oh, there you go right there. There you go. It's not a laughing matter, but look, bitch, the way that I think that would have excited me, I would have said, damn, bitch, you done came out your shell for real. There you go. No. I would have been here for it a little bit, but I still would have been concerned. Here's my thing. It probably didn't make sense what I just said, but y'all probably feel what I'm saying. Here's my thing. If the tape never came out and I never heard about it, or if somebody would have wrote it down in a report and I never saw the tape, I wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter. It really wouldn't. I wouldn't care. I would have been like, oh, okay, this bullshit. Who cares? Families go through shit. But I seen the video and I'm like, I'm like with everybody else. What the fuck happened? But I'm not harping on it because I know we'll never find out what happened because it's Beyonce count. And once again, quit thinking that tweet from that fake ass Solange count was real. It was a fucking phony, y'all. Come on. Since when have you known Solange to even put out anything concerning, of that magnitude concerning her relationship with Beyonce, her relationship with Jay-Z, or Beyonce and Jay-Z's relationship together? Never. So let's stop being dumb, people. I'm sorry. I am sorry to put it that way because I was still getting tweets like, did you see the tweet? Did you see the tweet? Baby, the font ain't even the goddamn same, okay? It's clearly Photoshop. Just remember, when a big story or something like this come out of entertainment and it gets this much news, you're always going to get a fake account that pops up, and you're always going to get fake tweets and fake pictures and memes and all that stuff. So, come on, we should be already hip to this. Apparently not. But, it was fake, y'all. It's over. It's done. Beyonce and them put out a fucking statement finally saying, but basically that a private matter got out and it's unfortunate and families have trouble and everybody that was involved took accountability for their actions and they're back on good terms. I guess they moved on and they just want the public to move on too. We should follow the same step and move on and just let it fuck go. Families have problems and we have arguments and all that shit and it is what it is, which is true. Like I say, quit putting these fucking celebrities on these goddamn pedestals. I mean, Beyonce is fine as shit to look at, yes, but I know for a fucking fact the bitch ain't God. The bitch don't do shit else for me. I mean, she give me some good ass music and get me through my day sometimes and all that shit. But other than that, bitch, you don't pay my bills, motherfucker. I help pay yours. Ain't that some goddamn shit? No, fuck pay your bills. I'm helping pay Blue Ivy's bill, bitch, and the other bitches the other little kids that's gonna come out. That's what we paying for, okay? Child, that now when that hoe do something for me, see, I love calling people out their names when I really don't mean it. Y'all be like, oh, why you call? Y'all don't know how it is. My mouth just goes there sometimes. But when she started helping me pay my student loans off and, all that other stuff, then I could be like, oh, bitch, yes, everything that you do is correct. But until then, I don't believe in all that shit. That's like I'm finna get into something else, but I'm not even gonna go there. Let it go. It's over and done with. We will never find out the reason. As much as most of us want to know, I don't care no more. It was funny as hell. But I do have an issue with this. I was seeing a lot of tweets and a lot of stuff about people saying, and especially a lot of memes, basically saying, oh, Jay-Z got beat by a girl. Oh, he got his ass whooped by a girl. Oh, he a punk for getting his ass whooped by a girl. Now, had he put his hands on her, y'all would have been like, oh, he a bitch for doing that. So now you're saying because he did not hit that girl back, he's a punk for doing that. He a bitch. But if he would have beat her ass, y'all would have said some other shit about him. Come the fuck on. Come the fuck on, y'all. Stop being that stupid. I hate that shit. But moving on, moving on. Donald fucking Sterling. I am so tired of talking about him, but he keeps coming up, and the shit that comes up is just like, I'm not surprised, but because when you're old and you grew up in this racist mentality and you try to disguise it as if you're not, this is what you get. You get fucking Donald Sterling. And I read a story before I get into the interview. I read a story recently this week on about he has these apartment buildings or whatever, and they said that the wife used to, you know, fake as if she was the health inspector and go to each unit and basically get a head count of how many black folks was in the apartments. Basically, the ethnicities. Bitch, I can't talk right now. I got cotton mouth. Y'all know what I'm talking about. The different kind of races and shit, okay? Colors, blacks, Hispanics, and all that shit. That wouldn't be like, why do you care? Why do you care how many blacks, how many whites, or whatever? That's kind of fishy right there, unless that's really prevalent information. But it was this woman. Her name was Candace, I think. Candace or Cadence, probably Candace, and she was an old woman. She became blind. Something happened to her that she became blind, and she wound up having a stroke that partially paralyzed her. She was living in one of the apartment buildings, and she had no working toilet. Her apartment flooded, and no stove, and the living conditions was just disgusting. And not on her part. Mind you, this woman paid her rent on time, all the time. Was never a trouble tenant or anything. And she simply asked, can she get some repairs and all this stuff fixed up? He ignored that and went. It was on trial. It was a lawsuit because the daughter filed the lawsuit and a whole bunch of other tenants joined in with the same complaints and all that stuff. Basically, the building, I guess the person who got the report or whatever, telling Donald Sterling about it, said that Donald Sterling was like, is she black? Oh, fuck that. Evict her since she complained or whatever. And they was like, you can't do that because she paid up on her rent and all that. He was like, I don't give a fuck, she black. And he said black people stinks. This is what the guy is saying in court of law. And I'm sitting here like, the fuck? We stink? I ain't trying to be racist and I ain't trying to, play into this shit. But if we stink, then what the fuck y'all smell like? Because a lot of motherfuckers, ignorant motherfuckers say white people smell like wet dog. I don't know where that shit came from, but why would you say some stupid shit like that? But okay, we stink, but you still taking our stinking ass money. I'm just saying. The fuck? But and it was so bad that, and you knew he was literally doing this shit on purpose because the tenant next door to her got repairs quicker than she did. She never got the repairs, I don't believe. She wound up passing away before anything else was done. That's what brought on the lawsuit. And the tenant next door to her got repairs. She was white. The person was white. And I said, this is bullshit. This is bullshit. This happened in 2003. But come up today to 2014, this past week, with this interview with Anderson Cooper on Anderson 360. Bitch, basically, he sat there and he tried to say, I don't know why I did that. I did say it, but I don't know why. I am so sorry. I love black people. I'm not a racist. That's not what I think. And the girl, he kept on calling V Saviano the girl. The girl was saying black, so I said black. It was like she was forcing me to say this stuff, and I'm sitting here like, bitch, what? And then when he started crying a little bit or acting as if he was gonna cry. When he was talking about V Stidiano and how she played him and all this stuff, and oh, I was he was asking. Anderson was like, did you fall in love with her or did you have feelings with her? He's like, of course I have feelings with her, and I just don't understand. I was just a little insecure because she was with black people, and it's like, oh, she could go leave me for this person or whatever, and I don't want that. But she's what does she see in somebody that's 51 years older than her? Bitch, what? That's disgusting. And he wouldn't even answer the question when Anderson was like, did y'all have a sexual relationship or anything like that? And he was like, I don't put my business out there like that or some shit. That was basically the gist of what he said. I don't put my business or her business out there like that. But on a tape recording that they did in the part 2 of the thing, he was talking to some rapper dude, which baffled the fuck out of me because I didn't know who the fuck he was either. But he was basically like, yeah, she a beast in bed and all that shit. I was like, wait a minute, so y'all was fucking. I cannot fuck old balls, bitch. I can't fuck balls, periods. But I cannot, even if I went that way. That just, if we didn't grow old together, that is not, no. No, I just can y'all. I mean, and let me get don't get me wrong because I'm the type of person I don't go for people that are younger than me or my age. Well, I'll come to an exception with my age, but mostly I go for older people. And when I say older people, at least 5 years older, to the max. Not 10 years, but depending on what's going on, cause bitch. Anyway, but I just like older because they seem some people are much more mature and they be older. Sometimes you would think with age, older you get, the more mature you get. That's certainly not the case for a lot of people, but I just prefer a little older. Sometimes at least 2, 3, maybe 5. Depending on the situation, 6 older than me. But other than that, 50 years older than me, 30 years older than me, 20 years older than me, bitch, no. No, I can't do that. But what really pissed me off was when he said put aside all the other bullshit that he was saying. He was saying that the players really love him. The fans still love him. People are calling him saying that they support him and it will be all right and don't worry about anything. They not really gonna fire him. And the reason why people saying this stuff that this is gonna happen is because the media is playing a part in all of this. The media got people thinking and stuff. No, bitch, he was so fucking delusional, and Anderson Cooper had to keep on saying he doesn't have dementia. He is in the right state of mind, and he knew what he was talking about. So you're dumb as fuck. You're delusional. You're denying stuff, and now he wants to sue. He wants to sue for this fine. He wants to take this shit to court. No, you're a goddamn billionaire, bitch. Pay that 2.5 and move. Okay? You ain't gonna be here that much longer anyway. Come on now, stop it. Stop playing. All this stuff you putting stress on yourself even more, which is probably gonna, speed up your deceased's date. So, it is what it is. I just couldn't stand that. But when he said that shit about Magic Johnson, mind you, at one point I thought him and Magic was cool before all that stuff came out. And then, at least that's what it was said on one of them tapes. And then you said, what the hell did Magic Johnson do? He got AIDS. He fucked around. He made love to a whole bunch of women. And he got AIDS. Is that something that we want to do? Want our kids to look up to? I said, wait a minute, bitch. What? That was so fucking offensive. Somebody that that you came into contact with, and then say, what has he done for the black community? Nothing. And then was like, we're Jewish. We take money and we build up our community. We put money back into our community. Black people don't really do that. I got where he was coming from right there, because on some instances, we don't. But that is a generalized statement, and that is part of a stereotype. Because at a certain point, all different races and ethnics, I can't say the word right, ethnicities, there you go, slow it up, bitch. They all some at one point or another put money back into their community, and they all at one point or another tear down their own community. But to just single out and say black people don't do that, we do it and we don't do it. So come on now, Jewish do it and they don't do it. Latinos, Hispanics, they do it and they don't do it. It just disgusts me. And I'm sitting here like Magic fucking Johnson. Magic theaters and all the other shit that he done in LA, all the other the foundations, and even Anderson had to check his ass too. All them charity foundations that he's donated millions and millions of dollars of his own money to, that he's made and developed to help inner youth. The school that he has a school up. I seen the damn advertisement for the fucking school. I said, this man has his own goddamn school program up. And you got the nerve to say that he does nothing for the black community, all them jobs and stuff in LA. You got to be out your racist ass mind. It just fucking disgusts me, and I'm just over Donald Sterling. But you can't really get mad at him. I mean, because you can get mad, but it's like we're used to seeing this bullshit, and it's such a shame because it's 2014. You just don't expect much from people. Y'all tell me how y'all feel about that, y'all. Um, Nene, some Real Housewives of Atlanta. I don't know how true this is. It was very cryptic. Nene did send out a tweet talking about something a few days ago. Don't ever stay in a place or in a job that you're not wanted or you don't want to do or not feeling anymore or not happy in or some shit like that. I don't follow her, but it was retweeted all on my timeline. And basically, it's adding. Hold on. It's adding fuel to the fire of the speculation and rumors saying that she got fired from Real Housewives of Atlanta for the fact that, they was just over her and she was demanding to have a bigger pay raise or whatever. And they was just like, girl, please, bitch, back. I don't know how true that is. And I'm alleged. We're just going to say alleged. We're just going to see how that plays out and see who comes back next season. I hear that they're in talks to have Sherri come back. 9 out of 10, Portia and Kenya will come back. Excuse me, that was disgusting. You know, I don't see why neither one of them wouldn't come back. But Nene, you just got too big for your own self in your own head. And this is your bread and butter. Really, you not on Dance with the Stars no more. You're what TV pilot you on? What TV show are you on? Are you going to be on a new TV show or something? I don't know. Are you doing something that we don't know behind the scenes? I know you got this fashion line. I'm just not here for it. But I mean, who knows? Who knows? Would I care that Nene would be not on the show? No, because she did not have a storyline or she was rarely on the show. Her presence was rarely felt on the last season if she was not arguing with Kenya or talking shit about Marlo or being she really, out of all those episodes, you can only pinpoint a couple, maybe 3, maybe 4 episodes that was actually worth watching with her in it. I'm just saying, that's how it was. And then speaking of some other shit, so y'all know Kenya is gonna be on the new season of Celebrity Apprentice. Spoiler alert, if y'all didn't know, she ain't gonna win. She do get fired. But they said that Donald Trump, and once again I'm gonna say alleged because I don't know how true this is. She got into it with Vivica Fox. Vivica Fox read the fuck out of her. They were saying that she took Vivica Fox's cell phone and put out a tweet on Vivica Fox's account talking about some menopause is killing me. Being 50 ain't good or beautiful or some shit like that. I don't know about that. I mean, that seems a little much even for Kenya, but when Donald Trump, they said Donald Trump calls her the most evil woman he's come across in a long time or something like that. And I said, damn, bitch, what the fuck did you do? I don't know if I'm even interested in watching it, but hey, Donald Trump don't even like you. I don't like Donald Trump, so who the fuck cares about him? But I don't know. It is what it is. But we're gonna move on from that. Y'all just tell me how y'all feel about it. If Nene leaves Real Housewives of Atlanta, how would you feel about that? Would it still be worth watching for you? You know, and I do think that they might do bring back Sheree. Man, she ain't got shit else to do. You know, get her back out there. You know, I'm just saying. Um, I mean, hell, New Jersey, the Housewives of New Jersey is coming back July 13th, I believe. And bitch, Ashley will be watching it. Ashley will be reviewing that shit. You want to know why? Because Dina is back, bitch. They brought Dina back for the dead. Dina came in as soon as Caroline and Jacqueline them left. Because Caroline and Jacqueline's storyline, I was just over it. Girl, you always on here crying. Carolyn, girl, you crying about your kids. Let your kids grow up. You went out. Come on now. Y'all was just irking me. I just want to see the fallout and how that shit gonna play out with Teresa and Joe. Child. And then they got twins on that. Twin girls. Girl, it's gonna be people going to jail and all that shit. Like it's another cast member who got a Victoria Gotti was on the preview. I said, go ahead, bitch. You know? Look, I be watching. Y'all know I love Real Housewives of New Jersey. That shit be real. Well, I say it be like 90% real compared to this other shit. But moving on. Some new music that came out. We got Mariah Carey's. I did the review for Michael Jackson Escape. They had a little behind the scenes thing that came on last night on BT, and I didn't even know. But I think it comes on later on today or Monday at 1:30. But it seemed kind of nice. But y'all, if y'all want to know my opinions on the Michael Jackson album, I did that review already. I do have Iggy's album. Iggy bitch. Iggy bitch. Look, I did not think that I was gonna like this girl because I was like, look at, because I think I heard something. I was like, bitch, what this white girl trying to act like she gutter or whatever. But for some reason, it kind of fit, and I'm like, bitch, are you even from America? She's not from America, is she? Whatever. But I don't know. Something about it just. I like the whole damn album, bitch. I was getting it in with that album. I was like, this is a really nice album for some reason. I was just here for it. And if y'all just check it out, that's all I can say about it. Just check it out. My favorite songs are Fancy. Look, Fancy goes off in some goddamn headphones. Fancy, Work, and especially Fuck Love and Bounce. Them bitches go to fuck off. They really do. Child, I can hear Bounce. Bounce was giving me like, you know, Vogue and house music, you know, gay house music or whatever, where you be voguing to. That's what it gave me a little bit. And I was like, yes, I can see this shit being played in the gay clubs. But get the shit. That's just my little opinion on that. Mariah came out with Mariah Carey. She came out with the single Thirsty. Okay. Oh, you're thirsty. Little bitch. The hook. That shit goes off and the beat is fucking everything. I will say that. But I feel a type of way about Mariah singing about this subject and all calling people thirsty and shit. Bitch, you like 40 something years old. But then again, I kind of like the song. I don't love it, but I like it. Like the beat just does something to me. And I'm like, okay, I can see this being played on urban radio. I can see this being played in the clubs, getting spins and all that stuff. Of course, it's going to be played on the pop stations too. I can just see it being and doing a lot better. It's not the best single, but I can see it doing a lot better than those other failed attempts of a single that she came out with. I really do. I see it going further. But it's okay. It's okay. But what's not okay is when she was on, what was it, the Today Show or Good Morning America, one of them, this yesterday on Friday, and she was up there singing, and she was singing, bitch, she was singing, Be My Baby. Do 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 down. Do 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 do. Bitch, that is my. If y'all don't know me, I will shade the fuck out of any artist, and I will tell the fucking truth of how I feel. I'm not a stan of no one. I'm a fan of fucking music, okay? And I'm a fan of what sounds good to my ears. All right? I don't care if I go in for you. I don't care anything about that. I like Beyonce. Y'all know I love Beyonce. I love Tony. I love Mariah Carey and all these other people. But bitch, if you put out some fucked up shit, if you do a fucked up performance, I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, that was cute. No, I'm gonna say, bitch, that was horrible. That was wrong. Go back and correct that shit. That's me. Okay, I'm not finna put out this false stuff so they can go out there thinking that, hey, oh, I did a good job, I can go do it again. No, don't do that again. Go fix that. Go fix that. Mariah, go fix that. Okay, that song, you fucked up my song. All right, you really did, and I was just mad for a minute. But I don't know. I don't know. I would never pay to go see Mariah live, but I will get the album. I have every album that she's ever put out, and I will continue to support her. But it is what it is. Mariah, she's comfortable. It seems like she's very comfortable. I mean, she has a right to. She's done everything, and she's just that bitch. But girl, sometimes I don't know. She literally forgot the words in the middle song, and she said she don't care. And I was like, if you don't care, I don't care either. So I'm just. But what really kind of got me was at the end when she was trying to hit that high note, and I think the mic went out. I don't think people were trying to say her voice went out or she couldn't hit that high note. No, I think the mic went out or something like that. And then they said that she was lip singing some stuff. I don't know if she was lip singing, but in that clip that I saw, "Be My Baby Bitch," she wasn't lip singing. She was singing that shit live. Okay, so but her background singles was doing better. Let me shut up. I'll move on. Mariah Carey, girl, get your shit together. And Danny DeCane came out with a song, Lemonade. I don't care for Danny DeCane. I just don't understand the hype. I don't understand the hype. I really don't. And it's no shade to him. I just don't get it. Like, people are going in for him. The song would have been, it's called Lemonade. It would have been cute. But I was like, this is the lip gloss is popping. Lip gloss is popping / the clips grinding beat. I'm like, what the fuck? And that kind of threw me off from the rest of the song. But, I mean, A for effort. I guess to come back out, it's okay. I mean, you do what you gotta do. Sherri Shepherd. I didn't see the farewell week for Barbara Walters on The View because I literally stopped watching The View after like Joy left. It just ain't been the same. But Sherri Shepherd, if you don't know, she is about to go through a divorce with her husband Sal. Now, I did tweet and say Sherri Shepherd was like the new Star Jones when it comes to the marriage thing. Because when y'all remember when Star Jones got with Al Reynolds, she was always talking about him. She basically pimped out her own wedding. She pimped her wedding. She pimped her husband and herself to advertisers and promoters and all this stuff and brands so that basically she ain't really have to pay shit. Like she always she was just talking too much about it for it to fail. And that's exactly what, in a way, it seemed like Sherri was doing. Like, she would always talk about, I know you wanted to be madly in love and talk about your husband, but sometimes it just is like, girl, shut up, don't nobody care. And, Sherri is kind of controversial in herself. She don't believe, gay marriage, and a lot of the gays we have issue with her and some of her thought patterns, and she's not always. Sometimes you look at her and you be like, bitch, what? What the fuck you say? Go back to being comedy on movies and shit. Because this is not working. We don't need to hear your opinion. But she has her dumb moments. And then she has her moments where you be like, yeah, you better go off. I was here for her when she told Bill O'Reilly off about when he came on there recently and she told him off about the shit with Beyonce. Okay, you better tell her. I'm sitting here like, okay, what the fuck happened? That was like, oh, she going through a separation with Sal. Then they said, oh, bitch, he done filed divorce. So now she filed divorce on him. Now her husband coming out. Basically, he was saying that she is like the wife from hell. Okay. He wants custody of their child. Mind you, they have no biological kids together. She do have a 9-year-old son from her first marriage. And she be talking about her ex-husband like a dog would do. Uh, uh, the new husband or the one that's about to divorce her now, they have a surrogate, and he wants full custody of that baby. The ex-husband comes out the woodwork saying that he did try to file for full custody, some time ago, but I guess it got denied. And you know, with her busy schedule, always being on a View or always doing on book tours and all this other stuff, she is not properly taking care of the kid, their son, who is special needs. He's 9 years old and he has to wear Velcro shoes still. He don't know how to tie his shoes. He don't know nothing about hygiene. Um, he's antisocial and all this other stuff. It was just, I said, do I feel that he probably have a legitimate concern? Yes, but I hate when something in a celebrity life or whatever all of a sudden goes wrong and somebody want to put it out there, then everybody and their mama want to just come out the woodworks and just throw dirt, continue to put their business out there in the public. I don't want to know this shit. Okay, this is a private matter or whatever. I don't know what you think you're gonna get from this, but my hat's off to you. I don't know. Y'all tell me how y'all feel about the divorce and stuff. Chad, yes. Okay. Bitch, what? Can't tell me shit. Let me fix it though. Okay. Fix that shit, bitch. Your shit is coming off on the other side. That's what y'all gonna say in the comments. Flatten that shit. Let me tell you something. My left side, it's thicker than the right side. I've noticed that. It's always been that way. Like when I used to put my shit on a ponytail, bitch, spend more time on this side trying to get this shit smooth because it's just thicker than this side. Always. I'm lopsided like that. I'm really am. Just don't know what it is. But yeah, I'll talk about some KKK member leader that got caught with a black male prostitute. Mm. Mm. Okay. This basketball wild stuff, whoever, I will talk about it on what's it called? I will talk about it Monday because it kind of plays into what's gonna happen on the episode Monday with Jocelyn and Stevie J with Jocelyn's ex manager being fired and she just spilling all her tea and all that shit, talking about some they ain't really. I know who owns y'all house and all this shit, and then you got this other person saying that they stole the furniture that was in the house. Bitch, it's a mess. I'll talk about that then. Um, Justin Bieber stealing people cameras and shit, phones. I'm just Justin, get him out this country or go get help. You need to go to a detention, rehab, or you just need to stay out of public sight and stop doing stuff for attention. You can't get mad when people take pictures of you. Even when they put up that, oh, no pictures, no cameras allowed. You should be already prepared that somebody's gonna sneak something in there. I don't care if you out with your friends or whatever. You are a celebrity, so people are gonna take pictures. But how fucking dare you take somebody's phone out their purse because you trying to see that the girl took some pictures of you so you could delete them. Bitch, get the fuck out of here. I wish you would. I wish you would touch any of my personage, okay? Or anybody else around me stuff. Bitch, you would have got fucking fucked up. Security. Bitch, let me talk about something else. Talk about security. Let me go back to this Solange and Beyonce shit. Julius got his shit busted up. I didn't know that. He got his little lip, a little tarnished. But I just want to know what his contract looked like. I really do because he's been with Beyonce in the Carters he's been with Beyonce for a long ass time, right? And can you imagine all the shit that he was privy to, all the shit that his ears have heard, I'm like, I'm pretty sure there have been multiple occasions where he stood outside the car to guard it while him and Jay, or B and Jay was doing their thing up in there, and the arguments and all the other stuff. Bitch, he is sitting on a gold mine of information. I just want to know. I just want to know how his contract looked, how much he is getting paid. He has got to be getting paid a fucking grip, bitch, to keep all this in. He is a loyal motherfucker because we ain't heard not one lip of a slip from him. Yes, you better keep him around. They better keep him around because, bitch, fuck around and get some bomb ass puss or whatever the fuck he like and just slip the fuck up. Baby, let me tell you what they was arguing about. This is what happened, okay? And they do this, bitch. Girl, yes. And they was, can you imagine? I want to be his friend. No, let me stop. That's just so lame. And the BET Awards coming up. Beyonce leading. I think Jay-Z leading. I don't know who all the nomination. Congratulations, Tamar got a nod. Who else got some? Of course, Rihanna and all this shit. The female rap category was kind of a joke, but okay. Uh, I'll be watching, of course. I'll be, I'm gonna do the review, so y'all ain't gotta worry about that. Billboard Awards come on tomorrow, Sunday, whenever day y'all watch this, it'll be on, and depending on how I like it, you will get a review from it because I don't think nothing else comes on tomorrow. I think the Candy Special come on. If it do, and depending on how that is, I'll talk about that shit too, cause I just want to see Mama Joyce. Um. Mm-mm-mm. Congrats to Michael Sam's being the first openly gay football player that got drafted into the league. He went to the Rams. People had been in their feelings about the fact that, see, this what gets me sometimes. We're so used to seeing things about race and stuff and color. People either got in their feelings in a black in the LGBT community because he's a black man and he has a white boyfriend. And we seen that with a lot of other stuff, and I've had my feelings and my thoughts about it, but then I push that aside and be like, love is love. It's like, how can we judge that he's with someone white? It's damn near the same way of us judging, straight people judging us. Oh, how can you be with another man? Then we go from how can you be with another man to how can you be with a white man? Like, it's like, stop the judging or whatever. If it's not your preference, it's not your preference. You can't tell nobody what their preferences are, and you can't get mad at them for that, But that's not to say that I would not like that. I do though want to see more African American couples because we don't see that a lot in the public eye. But to each his own. If that's what he liked, that's what he likes, and congratulations to him. My thing of it is, people was pissed off because they showed on ESPN them kissing and all the homophobic stuff that was coming out and all that shit. It didn't bother me because I see it all the time. But I can get how it may be. Some people may be taken aback. That's not what they used to, or that's not what they expect to see. It's on a sports show or whatever. But this is 2014, and this homophobia shit, this racism shit, it needs to stop. And people just be overreacting. And y'all tell me how y'all feel about it. I don't know. Um. Whistle while you work. But that's basically it. That's basically it, y'all. Cause I gave y'all a long enough video. Maleficent, bitch. I cannot wait till that comes out. If y'all want to go see Godzilla, please tell me how that was because I want to know. And I mean, I've heard some people say it was good, but I trust y'all opinion before I trust randoms. So tell me if Godzilla is good because I really want to go see it. Magnificent, bitch. I will be at the movie theater to be. Oh, Angelina Jolie is my bitch, and they got the right bitch for it, girl. You better go ahead and slide me. But let me get up off of this. Y'all know I ain't ate all day. I'm getting a little lightheaded. So you guys have a great weekend. It's kind of cool out here in Chicago. So if you out here anywhere that is cool, keep warm. But be safe and do what you got to do. Have a fun weekend, as I say all the time. Be fucking safe, y'all. And once again, happy birthday to everybody whose birthday it is today, who it was yesterday, or earlier this week. I hope you have a good one. I hope you had a good one. And congratulations to all the graduates. And I'm out of here. I will see y'all tomorrow, maybe. Peace. Hair flips.